Well, hello, Bellflowers. Gwen, the recovering witch here. This is take two of this video. Welcome if you're new. Glad to have you. And returning subscribers and those who recently subscribed, blah, 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 blah. Thank you so much. I can't talk today. Okay, so yes, this is take two. I just kind of went over in the other one. One, homegirl needed to brush out the weave, and two, the lighting, which I kind of like. I look really tan, but anyway, that's besides the point, y'all. So today, I have my tea because I'm actually gonna be in my little head witch cup. I'm gonna be talking about. I'm gonna be video recording for a couple of videos to post out this week, like I mentioned yesterday. And the video that I wanted to try to record today, I'm just not in the right mind frame, which inspired this video. So today I'm actually going to be talking about the most important tool for your practice. This came up a couple of months ago with a I'm a Witch challenge that I participated in on Instagram that was started by Lady Moon Co. I'll put her information down below. She has really cute stuff. I have not purchased yet. She also has a podcast, which I think is really fascinating. I'm going to cover in another video. So again, with some of her items, she's really working on some stuff. She's got like capes going on, t-shirts, pins, and jewelry, and a lot of it I just kind of find like really cool because again, if you're around that same generation that I've been in, age-wise, I'm not gonna say my age, y'all. I'm not gonna say my age, but I like the fact that she used a lot of like the witch pop culture movies when I was growing up, and I absolutely adore it. So yeah. So anyway, what I wanted to talk about was part of that challenge. That challenge was 7 days. I am also on Instagram if you'd like to go back and see what I had posted for those 7 days. One of the topics was your magical tools. And I was sitting back and thinking about it before I was putting up the post, and I was like, well, I do use quite a bit, but like, what's the really most important one? And I watched someone else that I was looking at that I follow. She's one of my sisters, and she was talking about herself, and I was like, yeah, that totally makes sense. Like I am acting as the vessel, okay? I broke it down a little bit further, and when I thought about it, it's what's sitting right in between my ears, and lo and behold, y'all have it too. You know, y'all got the mind, y'all have the brain. And I think that is the most magical and most important tool whenever you are a magical practitioner, a witch, conjurer, anyone that is participating in doing magic. The reason why I say that, because it has so many factors. The mind is what processes things. So when we go in to do a spell, whatever it is, we are thinking from start to middle to finish. We have to be in the right mind frame, number one, to perform a specific type of working that we're going to do. So say if it is a prosperity spell, you guys know that with a lot of the videos I had been posting regarding to prosperity, money magic kind of stuff, a lot of the books that I've read is mostly don't lust after for results. Before I even picked up this book. And I took that as kind of like a mental side note, is that, well, this is the reason why when I've had cast spells before, that it wasn't going to work, and I was working in some sort of anxiety mind frame, needing it in a certain time frame, and that caused it not to work. I did not have the belief that this is truly going to work. Does that make sense? So if I have this doubt in my tool, then it's probably going to make my workings null and void. Okay. Um, my mind, our minds, they process emotions, certain situations that we're going through. This also triggers the emotions to exert the type of energy that we're trying to do. So if we are getting ready to do banishing, any type of baneful magic kind of thing, you notice that your emotions, when you're going to be doing that, you really have to have that pent up, very aggressive type of energy that really just like, I'm gonna get them, that kind of energy. Because you can't just go in there with the kind of like, well, I don't really want to hurt them bad. I don't really want them that gone either. So it's kind of like, okay, you got to make up your mind. So you have to process it up in here, know exactly what you want, and have that together with the spell that you were casting. So the other thing too is a lot of the times the spells that we do, depending on the days that we do them, we know that some spell workings that we do, they are better on certain days, better on certain moon phases. So our emotions, again, how we process them in our mind, that can be affected by moon phases as well. So again, it's a very cautious it's it's practiced quite a bit, and it's well, I don't want to say preach it. Excuse me, y'all. I don't want to say preaching, but it's very important and pertinent, and it's always talked about how we need to ground ourselves and center ourselves um, before we start diving in and doing the work. It's very important because, again, it is getting our most powerful tool, the mind, in the right mind frame to really focus on what we're trying to do. And so sometimes, like, say if we are going through a Mercury retrograde and we're kind of, which I wouldn't really recommend doing a lot around that time, but it happens when it happens and it is what it is. But yeah, a lot of the times we start feeling certain energies because of the planetary alignments and moon phases as well, depending on what our signs are. So there's that. So when you have your mind in a right frame of mind and you're putting in this work for casting your spells or doing a ritual, um, you're putting in that energy, and that energy is what makes the spell potent. Okay. And a lot of the times, too, from what I have found, is also our belief systems in our mind. So, again, it's kind of like if you're going to have a hesitation before you do it, then it's not going to work. Um, the belief systems that we have, and I think this kind of goes into like what path that we want to follow. Again, sometimes we can be the eclectic witch and try multiple different things, but it has to resonate. One great example I had from my personal experience. Again, I was learning about Samhain. I did celebrate this past one in October, and I was interested in making some certain things for this ritual I was putting together. And WhiteRaven, I will post her information down below. She has a um, huge collection of videos on how you make your own powders, oils, and things like that. So when she was getting into making the Samhain oil and the Samhain powder, she used tarragon. Well, why is tarragon so important? Again, this gives me the opportunity to research and understand what the herb does. Does it resonate with me? And do I does it register that I want to use it? Tarragon, feeling that warmth, that comfort. Samhain being the time where our ancestors want to come and they're looking for that warmth by the fire, that comfort that we give, that we want to commune with them, being one of them. So that registered to me. And the more that I got in tune with the herbs, learning about them, connecting with them, because they are correspondences at this point when you're putting it together for your magic, um, that adds to the potency of the tools that I'm using physically working because I'm using this one right up here. So that's a really big thing. Yeah, but this was something that I thought maybe that wasn't really touched on enough. I feel at the very beginning, while I was researching and looking at things. But yeah, it's really the belief systems that you have. Um, Picking things that resonate with you, understanding the rhyme and reason. Do you believe it or do you not? If you kind of have a 50-50 of being like, I don't really know if the spell's going to work or not, then most chances are it's probably not going to work because it starts right up in here. So the more that you start getting that mindset of this spell works, how we have power in our words, I have abundant blessings. I have, those kinds of things. That is registering our mind because our mind is sending out that vibration as well. And it's reinforcing that energy and adding the potency to things. So I did want to talk about the most powerful tool. One I think that is not covered enough when we start a witchy journey. Again, because I am still new at this and I don't think that I will never stop learning. And that was one of the things that I wanted to come in and learn is that I always want to remain teachable, so I can get better with my practice. So there's no stopping point. There's no destination. It's always the journey. So yeah, I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit about why the mind being the most magical tool. If you are new on this journey, why it is so important. Don't think sometimes that it's touched on enough unless you're really diving in deeper and finding other people and they do cover it, but I kind of found that like later down the line. And I think there should be more videos about that versus like, well, you're going to need this and you're going to need that. And there has to be a rhyme and reason and it has to resonate with you in order for it to work. Okay. You got to believe that it works. So when you start reprogramming, again, your thinking, then yes, absolutely it will work. So anyways, guys, I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button, and like and share this video to share with others because sharing is caring. All right. So until next time, my Bellflowers, peace, love, and light to you, and I'll see you next time.